Hi ladies, here we are again in beautiful downtown La Pine. And it actually is getting beautiful, let me tell you. I'm getting really used to my new home, and it's getting so pretty outside right now. The aspen trees are blooming and the apple tree is coming out and the lilacs coming out. We're a little colder down here. It takes a while longer for us. Hundreds of pine trees everywhere. Deer coming through. We've got a couple of bunnies running around the yard. They're so stinking cute. Birds and birds and more birds. It's just lovely. Lots of quail. Very nice. It's a very nice area. I'm happy. I want to tell you that I have changed my name. I'm still CJ. I didn't change that part. But on the on my Stampin' Up website, it's now CJ Does Cards. Thank you, Joan. That was a very good idea. And here's your host code down here if you want to jot that down, if you have time at the moment to do that, in case you want to order before the club date, which I know a lot of you do. So anyway, there is your code. And if you would like me to read it to you, it is QBP2PCM7. Okay. So if you go to the website using your old information, it's probably going to give you some kind of an error message. And that'll spark your memory that we did change it. So that's out of the way. What we're going to be using today, I am really excited about, is a stamp set called Beautiful Friendship. And I've overlooked it for a couple of years, basically. I just bought it very recently. And I think the only reason I bought it was because it's kind of pretty. I guess it's okay. But I need to buy something, so this looks like a good thing to buy. And I am so glad I did. It's endless. This thing goes on forever with what you can do with it. Can you imagine? I'm just thinking in terms of flower arrangements, how many different ways you can do them, and style and color and shapes. So anyway, it's really a fun one. I hope you buy it and experiment with it, because it is, we kind of gotten away from stamping. It all seems to be about die cutting anymore, which is so fine too, but for just stamping, we don't do a lot of that anymore. So this is a good one for that. We're also going to just grab a couple things from other sets. This script I used out of the Parisian Beauty, this little block of script here. Brand new in your new catalog, the Forever Fern. And CJ likes her green stuff. Not that green stuff. Green stuff like plants. I don't do that other kind. Anyway, this is also going to be, like what I just talked about, very versatile. I bet we're going to do tons of really beautiful things with this. There's a new set that you may have seen. It's a pre-release called Ornate Garden and Ornate Thanks. We're going to use a little piece out of it, the So Grateful. We are also going to use our Stitched So Sweetly dies that came out not very long ago. This last catalog, I believe. The last mini. And the stitched labels that were a bundle with the birds. Those cute little 4 birds. Oh, they're darling on the branch. Don't know the name of it, as you can tell. I have to write these things down, and I don't. Okay, back to Beautiful Friendship. You have been given 5 kits, and I would imagine, if you're anything like me, you probably have been looking at them, but maybe not. maybe not. So we're just going to run through them real quick. There's pretty much nothing to this, girls. And I'm not saying girls and boys because I don't think we have a boy with us today. Okay, let's do this one first. It really doesn't matter which one we do first. This is, I kind of, you know, I think it's Wisteria, and I probably should have done it in purple. But I already had a purple one for the hydrangea, so wanted to give you another color. Anyway, the way I stamp this is in that set, there's a set of 2 leaves. Can you see this okay? And then there's a little set of 3 leaves. So I took the 2 leaves and just stamped, you know, in a row, kind of made some curves with it, like that. And I've used Old Olive on this one, and Dapper Dan, which was a color that was back, well, it's probably been 3 or 4 years now. Very nice blue. But anyway, good old Dapper Dan. So we can run through that card real quick if you would like. Get it out of your kit. And in your kit you should have a white card base. I'm going to tip the camera down just a little bit so you can see the tabletop better. How's that? I think. Okay. Oh, that worked. Okay, white base. You're going to have a blue layer with a hole in it. And you're going to have a white layer with a couple of holes in it. So what you're going to do is, I'm just going to do this just really quick. Layer that blue on top. And then you're going to layer your artwork on top of that. With your little border around. Oh, this of course was our scalloped ovals. That's where these came from. Those there. And I did a greeting that says, sending you paper hugs. That might be a good one for right now because we can't do real hugs. So we're doing paper hugs. Anyway, I gave you another little one in the kit that you can stamp with something else if you prefer. Now these guys, these little scallopy looking guys, are from the poppies, from the poppy set, from the die set of those. And kind of cute. I was wondering really, like, what do you do with those little things, those little dies? Now I know. I thought, then try this, see what it does. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cute. I'm going to do that on one of those cards. And then you have a piece of blue ribbon that you're going to tie a knot. And this one needs to be trimmed. I'm not going to do that right now, but maybe I should. It looks kind of funky. Still might need a little bit, but you can place it wherever you want, wherever you feel like it looks nice. And you are done with that card, my dears. Except for writing your sweet words inside. Okay. Next up, it looks like, oh, by the way, did you see the blue envelope? Isn't that pretty? If any of you don't like the colored envelopes, I try to get them when they have them on sale, because I like them. I think they're just an added touch. But if you don't like it, let me know and I won't give you one. Okay, new pretty purple one. Okay, this is what we're doing. It's what the card looks like, and you've probably seen the photocopy I gave you. Again, really difficult. Purple base. We have a white layer in here that you're going to lay down. There's not much of a reveal on this. It's just enough to give a little white outline to the artwork. I don't know why I think that's necessary, but I do. I like something around it besides the card base. Okay, so it's just a smidgen. You know, it's a 1/16 of an inch is what it is, which isn't very much, but it's enough to make a difference. And then well, there's supposed to be a piece of foam in here, but I don't see it. But anyway, you've got a piece of foam, I think, to pop up your greeting. If you don't, I'm sure that in your stash you've got some poppers. And then you're going to put your greeting on there wherever you like. And then you're going to get your stickles out and you're going to just stickle the heck out of this. Can you see the stickles? I don't know. I don't know if you can see the glitz or not. But anyway, the stickles looks really good. I put it on almost all these cards, if not all of them. I think there was just one I didn't. Okay, yellow. We're going to do some yellow now. And this I feel so silly about. I goofed, and I didn't realize it until just now. So we're going to have to use our imagination. By the way, this is a new color. It's called Bumblebee. And I have a heck of a, well, it looks just like crushed curry to me. It's off just a little teeny bit, but not much. It's kind of like they do that. Somebody really likes that crushed curry look. Okay, white base and the bumblebee on top of it. It's a full, no reveal. Okay. Take that down. Now this is where I'm talking about I goofed. I forgot a step. And I hope I didn't do that on yours. I'm sure I didn't. Sure I didn't. Okay. I used the the stitched labels, and it's that set I showed you. These guys, and a smaller one for this, and you cut this out of the white, of course, and then a larger die cut out of the white as well, and that's what gives you this yellow reveal in here. Well, I forgot to cut that extra one out, so this fits where it's not supposed to. It's supposed to have the yellow around it. But anyway, this is what you're going to end up with. That's all there is to that, other than stickles. Like I say, it's stickles. And if you have any little gemstones, you could put some up near the leaves or whatever. I used my, oh gosh, what's it called? The Stampin' jig for my stamping of words on all of these cards. I didn't want getting crooked, and you would say, CJ, what's the matter with you? Can't you do these straight? I didn't want that to happen. I'd get so embarrassed. So I did it right and used the Stampin' jig. Okay. That's that one. I don't remember doing that purple one. Okay. This guys, is just, I think this is just to die for. Tried to make it look really vintagey, and I think it does. It could look even more vintagey with a lot more crumb cake on it around the edges and corners and such. But anyway, use the hydrangea stamp again, this one, and then I use the stamp from the new Forever Fern, which is this guy right here. Okay. And the greeting was a die that came out of, I don't even know what the name of the set was. I didn't buy it. I bought it at a garage sale, and it's a rose. It's that real open work rose die, and this was part of that set. But I sure do like the shape of this label. So I use it a lot. Okay, all I did on this one, this is the petal pink, and I used petal pink dye on the hydrangea and kind of stamped off of it. Of course, just let me get your kit out, okay? Here's the card. Here's your kit. Okay. Your kit has your artwork, your base, your ribbons, your label, and some pearls. Okay. So I got the petal pink and stamped just randomly. Tried to lay them out, and I like to use 3s, or 5s, rather than, I don't like things too symmetrical. I like the asymmetrical, is that the right word, where things are off? Anyway, I did some of these hydrangeas in the petal pink, and the darker color is the terracotta tile, and which I hate to say I have not used much, if at all, this year, and that was a new in color. Okay, then these sprigs of leaves, those are mossy meadow. Okay, so we're going to layer this on the base. And I'm looking at this, I don't think I did this to you, but I could have. It looks like it needs to be trimmed on the edges. I did not cut these, but you don't really have to, because it looks kind of cool that way too, and different, just leave the border at the top and the bottom. But if you don't like that, just get your paper cutter out and trim 1/8 of an inch away. Here is your label. And it says, it was a perfect day because of you. You probably would be able to stamp something on the back if you need a happy birthday. Something like that. There's a foam to pop this with. Oh, before you attach this, of course, put your ribbon on, which I didn't do. And then this is just a piece of ribbon for your tie. Okay, I'm going to just do this. Is that all right? I'm trying to do this with removable tape because I have to do this again. And I don't have another set. I had a couple of people jump in at the end, and I'm thrilled to death about that, but I had to use my extra sets that I would be using for samples. Okay. Then of course you're going to tie your little knot thing, and I don't know if I can do it. My fingers are so cotton picking stiff. I would do this before you put your ribbon on. Might be easier. Okay, there we go. This isn't working too well, guys. Okay. Greeting. Tape. Foam. Tape. And down we go. And there we are. And this is probably backwards, huh? Because I'm upside down. Anyway, there you are, short of putting your pearls on. I hope each of you got your picker-upper tool. That was your little table treat. And I knew that you were going to have to be putting all these little pearls on. So I gave you a picker-upper tool. And you should have in your kit a little bag that has your pearls in it. Okay. I did not put any stickles on this card because of that. I forgot to talk to you about the background, the script that's in the background of this, if you can see it, was from the Parisian Beauty, the Eiffel Tower set, and I stamped that with crumb cake, I believe, but you could also do it with Sahara sand. I've got a lot more on this one than on this one. And you can see the darkening on the corners and the edges. I did that with crumb cake. So, there you go. Now, you can make your very own, huh? Alrighty. Last but not least, this is Gem. That, I really like this one. Really like it. Like all of them. I stamped the inside for you. I would stamp the inside of all of these cards. I mean, if you buy the set and if you decide to make more of these, I mean, I would definitely do that with these. Okay, white base. This one's going to have a reveal. The sugar plum. Oh, by the way, something very strange happened here. I cut all of these with my scoreboard. You know, I scored them and cut them and scored them. And I don't know if it was the scoreboard or if the paper itself was off size. But you might end up having to trim about 1/16 of an inch off the edge of your paper. Because I truly think that the paper is off size. That's the only thing I can come up with anyway. Okay, so, and I'm sorry about that because I didn't notice that until I was doing my sample here, and guess what? It's weird. We have foam in this kit to pop our artwork, and we also have a ribbon. The green on this card is Mossy Meadow. I need to put tape up here. Someday I'll learn to work upside down, girls. Okay. And there you have it. And we are done. As much as I hate to say so, we are done I'm going to tip you back up just because I like to look at you. If any of you have any questions about these, I know we went through them pretty quick. Or if you have any questions when you get your own set and come up with all these fun things. I mean, they're just, like I said, it was a kick. I really enjoyed doing these. Again, don't forget your host code when you place your order. That's very important. I know this is not club, but so many of you just, go ahead and place it before club, and that's great. I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic. That way, most of the orders are in when club date ends, and our hostess can get her hostess stuff picked out. So anyway, I thank you for being here and putting up with me. And as time goes on, I hope we get a little bit better at this. We are going to do these cards actually on a Zoom class, and you'll all get notification of that. I'll send out an email that'll have the link to the Zoom meeting, and it'll pretty much do the same thing as we did here, unless you want to actually do the assembly work rather than just listen to me yak. That was kind of what I had in mind. It would be more like if we were actually in class. We should all be able to see each other and interact and talk. We do have to be careful, but I'll tell you about all that, about the talking thing, because it can get really noisy and then nobody can hear anything. So, but we'll get there. We'll talk about that. So for right now, I'm going to go to the kitchen and get some ribs going on the barbecue for when my husband gets home. He went for a motorcycle ride with Jess today. So they're having a good time. I love you guys. Thank you for watching me make a fool of myself again. Bye-bye.